Hey, how you doing today? We're over here at the Ridgewood Duck Pond and figured we'd get outside for a little bit and just, I wanted to tell you one of the big reasons why I'm so passionate about physical therapy. One of the reasons. And, one of them is very personal to me. You know, when I was growing up, right down the block in Oradell, New Jersey, played football, local Pee Wee League. Had a great experience. It really defined me in a way. And it was kind of something that I identified with a lot. A lot of my friends were associated with football and that enjoyment. And it was something that I never realized how important it was until I couldn't do it. And after a series of injuries to my neck, to the point where I couldn't raise my arm, I started having numbness and tingling after a series of hits. And each year, it got a little worse. Got better just by time, just by me being reasonably young and not playing football or not doing certain activities. It eventually, as I got into middle school, and this is when, of course, of probably like 3 years, then I had a consult with an orthopedist, actually right over here in Westwood, and I had a real heart-to-heart with him about, you know, what were the chances of me going back? What are the risks of me continuing to play this game that's obviously creating some problems for me? And went with my dad and my mom about it, and we discussed at length about, you know, continuing. You know, was this really worth it? Was it worth the chance that I really had a serious injury? Kept on coming back. It was something that people refer to as stingers now. It also caused some weakness on my left side. I remember when the first time I got hit on both sides at the time. It was actually right over in New Milford. That was the first time I was injured. And then it would get easier and easier to get injured. At the time, there really wasn't any physical therapy, or it wasn't as well accepted. It was just something that it's kind of a complementary therapy. Maybe try it. We don't really know what will happen. And I remember going to one session of physical therapy. Well, why don't we try physical therapy for one session? And it really wasn't much. Unfortunately, it was kind of like I was a kid that thought it didn't really give it a proper try, and kind of did some of the exercise, but really didn't follow through. Told my parents I was, but really didn't. But I eventually made a pact with my parents, and I said, if I get injured again, I'm going to stop. And at that point, I knew I kind of had a turning point that I was going to lose a big part of what I wanted to do. Quickly. It could happen. It was a reality, and I promised I'd be honest with my parents about it. And in fact, it did. It happened in high school, and I made a pact, and I kept to it. And I remember at that time, I was just devastated. It killed me. It changed my social network. It all of a sudden became the thing that defined me. It no longer defined me. And at the time, I didn't really have a lot of options as far as how to address it. It was we had to stop doing the thing that hurts you. In retrospect, and what we know now, there's a lot of things you can do that could potentially improve your safety, get you a little stronger, maybe tackling tech. Maybe there's something that was missing. And I think now we know a lot more about what conservatively we can do to help people. I'm not going to get into the argument about football being a safe sport. It's inherently not safe. It's a contact sport. That's the nature of the sport. But it was still something I loved. And I really saw the risk-benefit, even as a kid. Yes, I was a kid. I probably didn't, I was immortal still at that point. But I did also walk away from it and realized it was starting to hurt me more than I enjoyed. But it took me away from my passion, and it really changed my social network and things like that. And I just want to make sure people realize before they give up on things, to really look at the options. And I'm not just saying physical therapy. Maybe it's chiropractic, maybe there's something else. But look for help to try and continue to follow your passion, whether it be running, whether it be lacrosse, whether it be basketball, whether it be just walking with your kids in the park. Try not to give on, then do whatever you can to try and make a difference in your body. Your body can adapt to a lot of things. And I wish I had the opportunity, and it was more almost forced on me to try maybe more physical therapy, more something, not to give up on it, because it really changed a lot of things as I look back. And I don't want anyone that I know to give up on things they really are passionate about. Now, the irony is I go back, many, many years. This was in, my age, the early 80s. I really know there's a lot more options for people before they should give up and just say, I'm old, it's arthritis, it's an injury that'll never go away. And if you don't get success from one person, look around. There's different approaches to the same problem. But don't stop pursuing what you want. At a certain point, obviously you do. Obviously you have to say, this injury is so much of a problem that no one has me to figure out, maybe I do have to alter the way I pursue my life. But I think unfortunately, I had to give up a little early for someone that, I didn't really have all the options. And at that time, we didn't know as much about it, or how powerful the body can change with the right exercise, the right approach. So don't give up on that, and look for things to try and improve it. And then when it's not, make a change. I hope this makes a change in how you think about life and your pursuit of things you love.